Great players are willing to give up their own personal achievement for the achievement of the group.
It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up.
Sometimes you have to take steps that make you uncomfortable to understand where you are and where you want to be.
In order to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to sacrifice everything.
Has to go to the end zone or throw it away. Or does Flacco go here? Near side of the field, wide open is Hall. Touchdown.
Ball in front, make you check it down and rally up and tackle. Good break it there. And it's Hall.
1st and 10. Uzomah, the tight end, on the move with a couple backs and a fake by Wilson. And a block by Uzomah. And downfield they go. This is the rookie running back Hall. There's a block downfield by Berrios. Still on his feet, dragging defenders down to the 1.
Jets with an opportunity to try and stretch this lead.
Breece Hall, that's a block by Uzomah.
Wilson and the Jets.
Second snap for Denzel Mims. He's in there. They go to the run game. Oh, look at the speed of Breece Hall. He's done it again. Breece Lightning, 62 yards for the touchdown.
Breece, I want to say thanks so much for taking time out of your super busy schedule to be with us today. And man, I've got so many great memories of watching you play football as you were growing up with like 3 of my boys, and especially with Josh, obviously. But one of the big memories, obviously, I have is you coming over with, it was like a gang of Northwest guys coming over for football dinners over at the Carter house. Do you remember some of those?
Oh yeah, always. Those are always a good time. In high school in the summers we had 2-a-days sometimes, so we get done with practice and Josh will load everybody up in his car. We all go over there, play video games, fall asleep, eat up all the food and everything, and then we go straight to practice. So those memories are like something we'll never forget. Like I'll always cherish that. It's
awesome. Well, we enjoyed having you guys a bunch over at the house, man. That's, like I said, super good memories at the Carter house. Well, Breece, one of the things we did was we just watched a whole bunch of highlights of your career, and the last highlight that we watched was a 62-yard touchdown run that you had against Denver last year. Talk to us a little bit about what it's like to go from, playing underneath the lights on Friday night at Northwest High School and now, making a big play like that in the NFL. Talk to us about what that feels like.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I went from high school as a sophomore, still playing JV football, and guys knowing I was really good and guys telling me I was going to go to the NFL as a sophomore in high school to you fast forward 3 years and every dream I had come true. So it's been crazy, and then for me to be one of those guys who has the potential to be one of the top players in the NFL as well. So it's like things that I grew up just hoping that I could be. It's like now everything's coming full circle and everything's coming to fruition, and it's been a blessing for sure.
That's super cool. Now, we've been talking about, like I said, just all the great success that you've already had, and man, I couldn't help but bring up the Breece the Beast cereal that is coming out. I thought that was awesome, man. And like I shared with you earlier, the only thing that I misstepped on was Mrs. Carter was mad that I didn't buy the cereal bowls that go with the cereal. So talk to us a little bit about just what it feels like to have your own cereal, and then how that kind of happened.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Breece the Beast was kind of a name that all my middle school friends would call me, just joking around, and I made it. Started making it my social media names, and fast forward to high school, and once everybody started to realize how good I was at sports and stuff, and it kind of just became a normal thing. It was just really cool. I wanted to do something that I could also have resonate to kids as well. So I knew it was going to be a cool thing for kids, especially kids from Wichita. Because everybody know who I was and everything. The kids that looked up to me, I knew everybody was going to like that. All the parents would like it, and it's a cool. You get the cereal plus Beast Bowls and a replica of a chain and everything too. So it was really a blessing. Happy everybody's been able to get it, and everybody's been saying like they're really excited to get the cereal and everything. So I'm excited to hear everybody's reviews.
No, it's fun. It was super fun to be able to see that and and even kind of watch the enjoyment that you're being able to get out of it as well. Well, like I said, the Jets really have beginning last year, the organization's really been taking some fresh turns, I think, for the positive. Obviously, you guys added Aaron Rodgers this last year. Everything's teed up super good for this year. Talk to us a little bit about kind of what your thoughts are for the coming season.
As we started to get back into, getting ready for the season, OTAs and training camp and everything, you get around Aaron and Alan Lazard, and we draft Will McDonald from Iowa State and bring in McCole Hardman, who's won 2 Super Bowls, just bringing in guys, and you slowly start to get that, just feeling that, okay, we're trying to win. We have a chance to win this thing. And then, me just halfway through training camp, just starting to get back in with the team, it was really cool. Have my ups and downs, dealing with my knee stuff. And now that I'm feeling really good, I'm excited for the first game and excited to really get out there and just be a part of the team again.
That's cool. Now, Breece, I've watched you play for a long time. You're obviously a person that's got a tremendous amount of talent. But I know at the same time, playing at the level that you're playing, that you can't ride on talent. There's been all kinds of steps, things that you've done to continue to be able to elevate your game. So talk to us a little about some of the things that you've done to continue to elevate your game to be able to play at this kind of a level.
It's been just little things, because coaches have always told me that I was a little more talented than everybody. I've always had a little more skill than most guys. And for me, it was just a little things. Like in high school, my high school coach always talked about my work ethic. He wanted me to be one of the hardest workers, and he wanted me to be able to compete with guys like Josh Carter, Marcus Hicks, and Joey Dunkins, and everybody like that. So once I honed in on that, it was like, okay, I go to college. All right, I'm just as skilled as everybody else. Okay, now, Breece, we need you to get bigger. We need you to build some muscle. So boom, I do that. And then now going to the NFL, it's like a whole different thing. Like it's a lot of attention to detail. So, you want to be precise with everything you do, with all your movements, all your cuts and little stuff like that. And now with the knee injury and stuff like that, it's just, okay, Breece, we want you to get back to where you once were. And right now it's a work in progress. And it's been cool to see how much of a progression I've made and everything like that. So that's kind of how it's been throughout my whole career, just like fine-tuning all those little things.
That's awesome. Talk to us a little bit, Breece. All of us are kind of on the outside, so to speak. Give us a little peek behind the curtain in terms of what it looks like for a normal week of practice kind of in the middle of an NFL season like you just had.
Yeah, so right now, Mondays and Tuesdays are kind of like my off days for practice, so I'm not really doing too much football-wise, but I probably wake up around like 6:15, get to the facility around 6:45, do a few treatment things, hot tub, cold tub, get a massage. We have meetings at 8, from about 8 to 10:30. Then we have a walkthrough for about 30 to 45 minutes, and then practice from about 11:15, 12 to 1 or 2, and then after that we have a lift, and then meetings until about 5. So we're almost working a 12-hour shift essentially. So it's a lot. It's a lot more than what people think, but we also have fun in there too, and you're living out your dream, so it doesn't seem that bad. That's
great. Super interesting, kind of like I said, get a little bit of a peek behind the curtain in terms of what that really looks like in a day in and day out level. You talked about it just a little bit, but let's dive a little bit deeper. Last year, you were having a phenomenal year. Really, probably most people would say you were on pace to be able to be the rookie of the year. Then about midway through the season, had your injury with your ACL tear, but had really, by all things that I've been seeing and hearing, having a phenomenal recovery, and really, like I said, getting ready to get back out on the field. Talk about what it's really been like over this, last 9 months or so in terms of just all the things you've had to do to really be able to recover and really get yourself back in a position to be able to play again.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs. frustrations. You go through all the emotions. And I think the most kind of like up and down I've been is just like that transition of, okay, training camp started. I have 3 weeks until I get back to practice, and then it's like, okay, you start practicing again, but everything's a little different. You might not be able to make this cut yet or that cut yet, so you have to like kind of work on doing everything a day at a time. Everything it's like a week progression, so you can't really cheat that whole process of recovery and everything like that. So I think, these past 2 months have probably been the hardest process of me getting back into really being part of the team and kind of like figuring out how I'm gonna go through those hardships to be myself again. And it's been a lot of trials and everything like that, but I've been doing really good with it, and I'm really confident that I'll be fine. So it's been a blessing for sure.
That's cool. Like I said, Breece, we've been talking about this month in our series Game Changer, just in the sense of getting in the game, and talk about kind of even what you're feeling and thinking about in terms of, like I said, now you've kind of been sidelined because of this injury, and now it's going to be you're getting ready to get back in the game. Talk to us about just in terms of how that feels, thinking about getting back in the game.
You're anxious. You think about every little thing, like how everything's going to be within the game, how the game plan is. As a running back and as a starter, they want me to have the ball in my hands and everything like that. So I'm just excited to really get out there and be a part of the guys and see what we have this year. We have a lot of big expectations, a lot of hype built around this, and I'm ready to see what we do when the lights come on.
That's super cool. Well, Breece, I want to tell you, buddy, thanks again for being able to carve out time for us. Super proud of you and just all that you're doing and all that you've done. Anyway, God bless you, and a great year this year for the Jets.
Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. And tell everybody that's at home.
You bet. We'll see you.